Welcome back. Today we're going to review how to graph when given the equation that's going to be in slope-intercept form. So as we review here from the last section, know that when we have an equation in slope-intercept form, we must remember that the m is going to be my slope, which is going to be your rise over your run. This is going to tell us whether we have a positive or negative slope. So again, we're going to go up and over. So this tells us whether we go up or if we go down, depending on the symbol. Okay? If it's positive, we go up. Okay? We go up and over. If it's negative, then we go down. So rise, and then the bottom is going to be our run. That's always going to be going to left to right. So if we write this down and we look to this example for future problems, we can go ahead and graph. So the important thing is going to be my B value. That's going to be my y-intercept. That tells me where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay? So in this case, we're going to apply this information, slope-intercept form, to our current equation that's already graphed. And we're going to verify these points to make sure that it matches what we're doing. So to start with, let's just do steps. Step number one. Always is plot your y-intercept. So what's my y-intercept? We're going to say that. Step number one. Step one. Plot y-intercept. When I mean plot, it means I mean identify the point. So what's my point? What's my actual point? What's my x value? And what's my y value? So to find that, we'll get, well, what's my y-intercept? My y-intercept is going to be 3, which means that the line crosses the y-axis at the value of 3. So we go 1, 2, 3. So that's my first point. On y-axis, right? We go up 1, 2, 3. So what is that point? That point's going to be 0, 0, 3. Okay? That's step one, is always plot. Step two. Step two is plot additional points using slope. So plot other points. Plot other points using slope. Okay. So with this again, there's 2 steps to go ahead and graph. Step 1, plot the y-intercept, and then step 2 is plot the other points using slope. So what is my slope? My slope is going to be m, right, which is going to be the number in front of the x. There it is. So my slope is here. My slope is here. So my slope in this case is going to be m equals 2. But again, it's going to be 2 over 1. We want the slope to be in fraction form when we plot, because now we have my rise and you have your run. So how do we plot the other points? We start at our first point, point 1, and then we find the other point by looking at my rise over run. Because it's positive, we're going to go up 1, 2. So again, we're going to go up 2 units. So notice that we're going to go up 2 units, up, because we're rising. And then we're going to run 1 unit. So that's how we find the other point. Now, when you graph, really what you want to do is you want to go ahead and make sure that you have at least 3 points. So now what I'm going to do is, how do I find the other point if I had no space up here? What you're going to do is instead of going up and to the right, you're going to go down 1, 2, and over to the other direction. Now, I know that this line is not the best fit, right? It's not the best fit, but if we look at the slope, it's telling us that we're going to go 2 over 1. So now we have these points, and we go ahead and we make our line. So that's how you go ahead and you graph using the equation that's going to be slope-intercept form. Now, this line is maybe not the best fit for these points. If I wanted to go ahead and do this correctly, what you could do is, well, let's find the real line, right? Because this line is not good. This visual is not good. So let's go and find another point. We're going to go down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 and over 1. So if we're going to say, let's find the true line, you can see that this line is skewed a little bit. And so the actual line would still pass through so the real line would pass through those points. For some reason, this visual came out like that. But again, to find the other points, to make sure we use our slope. Now let's go ahead and apply this to